Heartbeat Alaska would like to thank the following sponsors for making our show possible. Brown's Electric. Thank you, Brown's Electric, for your generous support. Heartbeat Alaska is also brought to you by Frontier Flying Service. Thank you, Frontier, for getting Heartbeat Alaska airborne.
Heartbeat Alaska is made possible by Kupik Carlisle Transportation, your full-service transportation and logistics company.
Heartbeat Alaska thanks Alugna Corporation. Thank you for making this program possible and bringing Mattie Bodfish's birthday party to the rest of our viewers.
1, 2, 3, 4, let's go.
It's Heartbeat.
It's a fabulous show.
Alaska.
Hi, Heartbeat Alaska.
It's Heartbeat. Alaska.
Pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hear it from Sitka to Barrow. Gather around for Jeannie's show. It's the Aleut, the Indian, and the Eskimo. It's the Aleut, the Indian, and the Eskimo.
Welcome one, welcome all.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heartbeat Alaska Native News and Information. I'm Jeannie Green. Thank you so much for joining us. And this week we travel to the top of the world, to Wainwright, Alaska. We're going to a party. It's not just any party, it's a special birthday party, the 100th birthday party of this resident, the beautiful, wonderful Mattie Bodfish.
She gave birth to 13 children, and she has over 70 grandchildren.
She's a well-respected lady here.
I learned how to do a lot of things from her, how to survive on the tundra.
She loves to laugh, she loves to tell stories.
We are very, very honored to be here and celebrate the 100th birthday of our grandmother, Mom, Amo. Deku, happy birthday, Oliver. We love you very much. Up in Wainwright, Alaska, the subsistence lifestyle has paid off for one healthy lady. She's weathered 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and climate change, all from her home, the tundra of Alaska. While the rest of America was running its industry, adding layers of metal and concrete to its infrastructure, Mattie Bodfish was making bread, raising children, instilling in them the importance of hard work and respect, the values of her homeland.
Tutulinan maulod. Ako na kisigo ko doon. Kanaktok na sila kasinda ka doon. Kumulaksak na sila mi. Ako na muliak na yung na ka natin. Dahil pa ngulihan ko, dahil pa yung na.
Come and help you guys celebrate her 100th birthday. Some of the members in our group are going to come up here and we should always choose our elders. They are the people that we learn from each day. Their memories will always be with us. Yes, they'll be with us in our hopes and in our prayers.
Hello, my name is Joyce Captain. I'm from Wainwright, and I would like to say happy birthday to my aka, Mattie Bodfish.
Hello, my name is Robert Phillip. I'm from Wainwright. I'd like to say happy birthday to Mattie Bodfish and to Jackie Cock. There's another one.
This woman was named Anavuk by her Inupiat parents in September of 1905. The United States government knows her as Mattie Bodfish, however. She was given this name by the Bureau of Indian Affairs at the beginning of the 20th century.
Ako nila ko leksa, dando ko nila ko lagi lagi. Apakali siya dando ko nila ko leksa. Kasi masih nila ko niludak ako ne. Tapos na si dando ayoko na layo dik. Pisukal. Riga. Nakuwirak tok tao na de. Umayali ka ko nilihutik.
Her friends and relatives today call her Anavuk at times. She's also known as Aka, which means mother. Sometimes people address her as Aka Anavuk or Mother Anavuk.
Happy birthday, Aka. I love you.
Happy 100th birthday, aka. Nakorek pa kikpin.
Happy birthday, Aka. Manawag ko pa.
Mattie has been busy this past century. She's raised a dozen of her own children and even taken in others that needed a home. Then these have gone on to multiply, adding generations of their own. Today, Mattie finds herself the matriarch of over 100 great-grandchildren and a handful of great-great-grandchildren. One thing's for sure, Mattie's family tree has sprouted more than a few branches.
My name is Marietta Niakit.
This is Nimrod Bodfish.
I am her granddaughter, the oldest, from her oldest daughter, Minnie.
One of Mattie's son. My name is Misty Nayakak. I am the great-granddaughter of Mattie Bodfish. And this is my son, Joa Nayakit. He's the great-great-grandson of Mattie.
I am the great-granddaughter of Mattie Bodfish, and this is my daughter, Raquel. She's the great-great-granddaughter of Mattie.
When I was born, my mom left me with her, so she raised me. So all these years growing up, I thought that all my aunts and uncles were my brothers and sisters, and I used to call her mom all the time. And it's been really hard to call her grandma or Aka.
My son calls her Mama because he's named after one of her sons. So my son calls her Mom.
I used to worry about Christmas she had 12 children, and then plus some of her grandchildren living with us in the same house. I used to worry thinking I would never get a new pair of boots or a new parka. But every Christmas morning there'd be all ready. She'd have everybody's boots and everybody's parkas ready. I don't know how she did it.
She thinks about her family a lot, asks how her family's doing, and wishes they could go over and see her more often. Ruby!
Happy birthday!
Hey, whose baby?
My baby.
So my daughter here is the fifth generation of the family here.
She thinks about her family a lot, asks how her family's doing, and wishes they could go over and see her more often.
Oh, she loves my daughter. She's named after her Anna, Kayana. She gave her that name because her Anna was Kayana. So there's a lot of the great-grandchildren that are named after her children or great-grandchildren, which she has quite a few out there.
I think more grandchildren, great-grandchildren should go and visit her more often. Sure, she scolds a lot, but it's better to get scolded by her than to have nothing at all, not to have any memories of her.
Kuvel pagur, agalik tabra kuvel ko di pinakatagat. Igilala ka, suvel ka, ukiyup ka labi. Akasila ka nakagad. Tatpaga do, labi utati kaimada. Akasila ka nakagad. Dahil dahil tut. Akakila tu pinakatak tut. Kuvel ka takagad. Kuvel pinakalo yurut.
I remember her as a little girl when I grew up because we lived almost next door to each other. We were neighbors.
The fondest memories I have of her is waking up real early in the morning, preparing the bread dough.
The oldest memories I have of her is when her husband, my great-grandfather, was alive.
Getting the daily food preparation ready, and then she'd get all ready and she'd leave the house.
I used to go over there to go visit her, to clean up her house and stuff like that. I used to always get $1 from them just for going over to visit.
She'd either go down the beach, depending on what time of the weather, you know, like in the summer, she'd beach comb, or she'd go up in the tundra and pick up plants and food items for the family. Happy birthday to you. She'd go fishing. She never stayed home. And she'd come home late, just in time for the evening meal. As the family member, we're expected to prepare everything by the time she comes back. She'd wake 4 or 5 in the morning to prepare red dough or whatever she wanted us to do for that day, what kind of food to prepare.
Every time there was a very big southern wind that brought in lots of big waves, and it would bring in like those pieces of coal on the beach. And she would call her friend and say, "Hey, let's go. I made some biscuits and tea. We're all ready to go out and pick coal." And we would sack up like almost 100 from the morning we start till the time we just get tired. So she's taught us a lot, and I'm so proud that she's my grandmother.
I remember when I was like 4 or 5 years old, my Ama Mattie would try to teach us her Sayun. Both my Uncle Carl and I, we were like 5 and 7, I think, and she would try to teach us how to dance. She got, I think the dance she dances, she gets it from her mother-in-law, if I remember right. Her mother-in-law would dance that. That's what she told me one time.
Just a few families, you do order.
For people everywhere, dancing is more than a sport, and even more so, it seems, for Indigenous people. It's more than a sport or a simple pastime. It's a way of welcoming guests and telling stories, among other things. Mattie's people were no different, incorporating dance into their everyday lives.
Akalit ko tumigilo na tumigilo akalak to na agiyo na ko de. O bakit laga nakakali ko pinagilo ni Pio. At sukem na. Yay, akali ko kita ko. Ariga atu tigibim. Akapik sola tut. Akya aktar lak tut. Akala usilak tut Dr. Ledkin. Ilagay na ka nun. Kuha niya ka ito lugurot. Diga. Tama ko lesi. Atong tingin lisi blue. Tama na ka. Sa atong tingin nila figo guys kasul. Atong lugit kasul.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Bodfish and I'm from Wainwright, Alaska, and I'd like to say happy 100th birthday to my great-great-grandmother, Mattie Bodfish. Happy birthday, Amo. Many more years to come. And hi to everyone else that's watching Heartbeat Alaska from Wainwright, Alaska.
The elders in Wainwright can't think of anyone older than Mattie up here at the top of Alaska. Her birthday, as a result, brought people together from all over the area, giving them the excuse to share food, company, and even music.
Maybe we could have
Yeah, we could pick some.
Mattie's birthday. Happy birthday, Mattie, from the employees of Olona Hotel.
Yep. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mattie. We love you many more.
She's an all-around person. I could never be like her. I can't imagine myself living to be 100 years old.
Pagwabi mga iluwas sila. Alagari aliniwa. Adi malig.
Though the years have treated her well for the most part, Mattie's age is taking its toll. She can still get around, but needs help from her family for many things.
Always going to her every day, making sure she's got food to eat, and make sure she's got tea, coffee, some bread with peanut butter. Make sure that she has her medicine and stuff like that. I know she's very old. And she barely can do anything herself anymore. She gets around her house with her walker by herself, but she can't really do anything.
Although she's now in her golden years, Mattie has lived and experienced plenty. She remembers her village years ago when everyday tasks became communal experiences.
I coming. Ako na kita kutuli ako jay. Kasi nakapagakto na kutuktura ka daktuka ka. Hindi ko ka nalakalo. Ako takto ako. Family ko. Tada. Pugutaw na chutki. Hindi ko lakto tayo dali ka. Kasi nakalakto. Kaon na kanilo kakasiw ni mata. Kasi hinali ako. Ako check pagakto. Umulok tayo. Ulo mo ko kakutuli ako liyakto. Tapos nakadalo yung katilutin. Kuranta jutsi. Ulula bikilit. Pula kaluit. Ulula kaluit. Bikit. Kaun nalo. Tisiliwak. Tutulok nalo. Kapsi. Pigasulul sa baka. Malagulo na ka nun. Ako tuliwak nun. Nagalalo. Puko daw. Yoy. Akali ka. Alias juga pinakadakak doon. Kasi yung pitsi, tuto, unong rak na. Wah, nakalog. Aulok, sudah padak namin na kayo mo. Pati ako. Alias yung Ari nga pa nagpulok tayo. Yun.
Thank you once again, Alula Corporation, for making this program possible. Thank you everyone who participated in the birthday party. Thank you for sharing the life of Mattie. And Mattie, thank you very much for sharing your life. And I believe, Mattie, that that is the secret of your long life, because you are so giving and so sharing. I hope that we all take example from this beautiful woman. And Mattie, I hope you enjoyed this show. And I hope you enjoyed the show as well. Join me again next week, won't you? God bless every one of you. We'll see you then.